ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ओम्। पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि। भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। My namaskars to all of you for attending this class. We are now going to commence this fifth chapter. The name of this Adhyaya, Panchamodhyaya, the fifth chapter is Karma Sannyasa Yoga, the way of renunciation. Sannyasa Yoga or Karma Sannyasa Yoga. So earlier the fourth chapter was Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. So we saw that. So one of the most beautiful set of verses, that fourth chapter. So it concluded by the 42nd verse, where Bhagwan says to him, there is a injunction, there is a force in his expression. And we see this force, this kind of expression, that not giving rise to this feeble-mindedness, weakness, but rise and use this sword of the knowledge, jnana sina, and of this self-knowledge, and destroy the doubt, the samshayam, which has arisen out of this ignorance in your heart, and rise in yoga. Yogam atishto tishta bharata. Atishto, be established in it, and stand in it. Yogam atishto tishta bharata. So, but what effect it had on the mind of Arjuna? So fifth chapter opens with this beginning verse from the side of Arjuna. And what does Arjuna says here? So Arjuna Uvacha, Arjuna said, Sannyasam karmanam Krishna punar yogam cha shamsasi. So karmanam sannyasam, he Krishna, puna yogam cha shamsasi. Shamsasi iti prashamsasi. So you are praising. You are praising what? Karmanam sannyasa, the renunciation of karmas, actions. duties in the sense, and again you are praising karma yoga. Yoga, see, here in a very colloquial sense also, yoga means addition. Yoga means addition. So, karma yoga very naturally follows the enjoyment of karma. Instruction to follow the path of karma, follow the path of action. That action or karma or duties be not relinquished, but they are adjoined, they are instructed. So, yoga. So, so Arjuna is again, and what he says in the second line, Yat Shreyah. So, Etayo Ekam. So, Etayo, in between these two, the action and the renunciation of action, this yoga, karma yoga, and the renunciation of action, giving up of action. So, in between these two, etayoho, ekam yat shreyam, shreyah. So, you tell me one which leads to greatness, shreya. So, again he is confused. Tanme bruhi sunishchitam. You tell me decisively, without any doubt, sunishchitam. Bruhi, say it to me. Tanme, to me. You say that. So, what we see at the beginning of the third chapter, similar kind of confusion again arises in the mind of Arjuna. See, if you remember, in the beginning of the third chapter, what did he say? So, similarly he had said, the third chapter opens with the verse of Arjuna, and he says there, Jayasi chet karmanah te mata buddhir janardanah tatkim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi keshava. So, there he has expressly said that if you, according to you, O Janardana, that knowledge is superior to action, jayasi, superior, chet karmanah. If you think that compared to karma, this buddhi is superior, then why are you pushing me? Tatkim karmani ghore mam niyojayasi. Niyojayasi, as if he had requested. Nishchitya. Here the word is sunishchitam. They tell me decisively, as if the person who has already made up his mind and he simply want to listen from his friend or teacher. Like when teacher is telling him to do certain other thing, he says, I am confused. And you tell me again, very definitely, very decisively, your teacher is telling, your friend is telling, his or her heart. But you are, what is the import of these things? Why he is saying this? As if he should tell what Arjuna himself want to do. He want to give up his bow and arrow, give up the war, walk away from there, and want to live by arms. So, that is again and again he is saying, there also he had said, tadekam tad ekam, means of these two, vada nishchitya, tell me definitely, yena shreyo shreyah aham apnuyam, I will reach to shreya. Tell me that one, because my mind is confused. Vyamishrene va vakyena buddhim mohayasi va me. Seemingly conflicting words. So it is bewildering my understanding. Tell me that one, tell me that one thing for certain by which I can attain to the highest. So this is the beginning of the third chapter. Here also again the same thing. There Bhagwan had in the previous chapter, in the second chapter, had concluded with the Sthita Prajna Lakshana. And here also at the end of this fourth chapter, we see very lofty verses. Very lofty verses. And it again creates the doubt in the mind of Arjuna that what is the way? What is the way to greatness? Yat Shreyah. That is his quest. What is Shreyah? That Karmanam Sannyasam. That is what Krishna is teaching. Or Yoga, Karma Yoga. What is Krishna is teaching? Again, due to his predisposed mind, Arjuna is not clearly imbibe the teaching of Arjuna, teachings of Krishna. So his mind is heavily, inclined, and he is not able to come out of that emotional turmoil, that torment. His mind is heavily gripped by those ideas that he don't want to fight war. He don't want to go by bloodshed. He is abhorring that. But that is what is before him. It is his duty. He has to face it. He cannot run away. So his heart will pray for it. And now we see what Bhagwan again, as if take his words, that he didn't say that I never taught this Karmanam Sannyasam, as he is saying. He is teaching only one thing, Arjuna, Krishna. There is no conflict in the minds of Krishna, so there is no conflict in his words or in his teaching. Krishna is absolutely clear what he is saying, what he wants Arjuna to do. The idea of sannyas, the idea of total detachment is purely internal, whereas engaging into action is external. See, in the verse, he had used this word Shariram Kevalam Karma. These words he has used. But due to predisposed mind of Arjuna, he is drawing some different meaning. That's why he is getting confused. So he is praising knowledge. Here, the 21st verse. Nirashihi yata chittatma tyakta sarva parigraha shariram kevalam karma kurvanna apnoti kilvisham. This might very well the person who want to give up and want to take the life of begging, want to become a monk, he might think like that as if Krishna is praising that Nirashi, do not have any hope, any expectation, yata chittatma, mind totally controlled, very well, takta sarva parigraha, so giving up all whatever has to be possessions, whatever expectation, whatever is to be received from others, giving up everything on that, and doing only action by your physical body. And such person, he never obtains any kilbisham, no evil. What is Krishna's teaching? Whether Krishna is, giving such kind of instructions, whether he is adjoining or this one uh, k- karma sannyasa. So Krishna does not have any confusion. Confusion is again faced by Arjuna. So in spite of that, so as if Krishna had said the conflicting words, and Arjuna that's why is confused. And again, when Arjuna is putting it that way, that you tell me out of these two, Arjuna, whereas Krishna has not said two, Krishna had said only one. His karma yoga is based on this knowledge. Again and again, I have reiterated this idea that what he started to speak from the second chapter, this Sankhya Yoga, he has never swerved from it. It is the fundamental thesis, it is the core of his teachings. The idea of Karma Yoga is based on this Sankhya Yoga, this Jnana Yoga. That you are not Sharir but Shariri, you are not Deha but Dehi. And the nature of this Atman, of this Dehi, Shariri. So, we will see that in spite of that, Arjuna is putting it in that way, how Krishna responds. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. The Lord said, Sannyasa karma yogascha nishreyasa karau ubhau tayostu tayoho tu karma sannyasat karma yogo vishishyate. He says, okay, means as if he had said two things. So he says, yes, indeed, these both of these, ubhau, means both. What? Sannyasa and karma yoga. They are nishreyasa karau. Nishreyasa kara. They nishreyasa and abhyudaya. These two ideas. The worldly prosperity and the spiritual attainment. These two paths. As if they are contrasting, they are two distinct paths. You can choose one as if. Nishreyasa and abhyudaya. They are rather the two different mindset. They are the rather two different mindset. As Sri Ramakrishna used to use this word, Vishayi, Vishaya Sakta, worldly minded person and spiritually oriented person. What is the goal of life? What is the ideal of life? The person who has chosen Nishreyasaha, Karma Yoga is adjoined for them. Karma Yoga can lead to Nishreyasa. Bhagwan is saying that. And Karma Yoga very much includes discharging your duties by decided by the state of circumstances wherever you are in, wherever you are born, wherever you find yourself in a situation, responding it appropriately. Karma Yoga demands that. Not to run away from it. So, and if I see in the long term, the true Abhyudaya can only be achieved, the true prosperity, the true wealth of everything. Wealth does not only include monetary resources or what can be monetized, what has monetary implications. They are not only wealth. In today's world, we see that the people are resources, human resources. Swami Ranganathananji was very fond of this word, human resources. That human being is a resource, is a full of potentiality, full of potential, full of possibilities. So Vedanta is to term as the science of human possibilities, etc. So in wealth, very much it includes. In economics also, we find these two kinds of mindsets: profit making and wealth creation. So profit making companies, they cannot earn trust. Their goal is not to earn trust. Sell and forget, not to develop association with a clientele, form an ecology, create a brand. That is not an ideology of a profiteering company. Shoot and scoot, maybe that is their policy. But we see in the long term, the people, the companies, the groups, they oriented at long term goals. They invest in wealth, in creating their brand name, checking its quality, the customer satisfaction, everything, every good comes with it. People on the long run, they trust with them. They trust them. They are ready to pay for extra what assurance they give. So these two mindsets, Nishrayasa and Abhyudaya. Worldly minded, worldly minded person, worldly minded mindedness, and spiritual mindedness. The person who is discharging all his duties, having this goal in his mind, that ultimately moksha is the goal. The devotion at the feet of the Lord is the goal. Surrendering Him, remembering Him, and living and performing all His duties towards their spouses, towards their children, towards their elderly, towards the society, towards the teachers, towards the nature, and whosoever. And they create a firm, very reverberating ecology. It strengthens the family fabric. It instills the real value in people. It creates a strong people. Such kind of society, such kind of home. So Nishreyasa and Abhyudaya, they should not be, they need not be compartmental or exclusively isolated. They need not be. So this is what we find when Bhagwan is saying that karma yoga api nishreyasa kara asti. Karma yoga also leads to nishreyasa. Only means giving up your duties, sannyasa, karma sannyasa, it might lead to. But the teaching of the Bhagwan in the Gita, in this context, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he is saying that karma yoga is nishreyasakara. His emphasis on that. And somehow Arjuna is not able to adopt fully, wholeheartedly that teaching. There is somewhat still, it is not getting integrated. He is not able to accept it. That's why he is not able to fully correlate to it, to that idea, and assimilate it. So that's why Arjuna is facing the problem, the confusion. Bhagwan here very wonderful thing is that when the same teaching on Karma Yoga creates a doubt in the mind of Arjuna, that as if Bhagwan is perhaps with the along with Karma Yoga, he is also teaching Karma Sannyasa. So we must ponder here a bit that what gives to Arjuna that he may raise such a doubt. Why is saying that? Most important point for us to learn or to take away that the Karma Yoga includes that spirit of sannyasa. Karma Yoga is not blindly losing yourself into whatever activities which you may like. And very next verse is going to elaborate this point of mine. So what I am trying to put it here, that Sri Ramakrishna is to make fun of such people, that even if the worldly minded people, what they do, even if they have time, they will not take the name of the Lord. No, what they will do the fencing uh, uh, in front of their house, बेड़ा बांध छे, काम नहीं है तो कंबल धो रहे हैं, that kind of idea. You have no work, so washing your blankets. Karma Yoga very much includes that element of dispassion. And we will when we will go to next verse, we will see what is the spirit of, what is the ultimate goal of Karma Yoga. What is it looking at? Karma Yoga does not have in its scope or the here the author of Karma Yoga, if I want to say Mr. Bhagwan, it is not like the action itself or duties itself to be performed, to be make it continue. The argument which rather Arjuna had cited in the first chapter, the continuity of the different traditions, etc. That is not in the mind of Krishna. That is not why Karma Yoga is being preached. Very interesting idea. That is not the inherent, the attitude of the Karma Yoga. To facilitate the world so that the world should go on, show must go on. That is not the idea of Karma Yoga. No, that is not the spirit of Karma Yoga. Very wonderful idea. The crux, the heart of Karma Yoga itself is to win your heart, the weakness of it. Abolish that weakness. Winning over your mind. It has totally spiritual concept, the idea in this Karma Yoga. It will come in this immediately following verse. So Karma Yoga is not to be mistaken as doing some kind of thing or other, not sitting quiet. That is not what the Karma Yoga is meant by Bhagwan. It does not seem so. Karma Yoga is very much method yoga, yunjanam with atmanam. It's the path of Nishreyasa. So its goal is moksha only. Its goal is knowledge only. Karma Yoga is one of the path, like Sankhya or like Jnana, like Dhyana, Bhakti or Karma. So it's very much true to it. It does not have any ulterior agenda or such superficial agenda, so that okay, Miss, we are taking the name of the Lord, going to temple also, and we will at the time of coming here, we will get some vegetable also. That is not what is in the mind of Bhagwan. He is not teaching that way. Karma Yoga does not have any subtle or any ulterior motive in this. That so that the world may facilitate. If Arjuna does not fight, then there will be no war. So what is the fun? So that is not the idea of Bhagwan. He is exactly teaching him like his spiritual guru, the path of Karma Yoga. What is Nishreyasa? That is what Krishna, Bhagwan, is teaching to Arjuna. And so when we read Gita, we must be always alert of this fact, always aware of this fact. Bhagwan here is spiritual master. And by the set of circumstances, they are on the battlefield. They are Kshatriyas. And whole gamut, nothing Bhagwan is relegating to, of unimportance. Nothing. He is giving everything its due importance. And in the set of circumstances, what the person with clarity, with knowledge, this Atma Jnana, how a realized soul and one who is aspiring for the realization, for the Nishreyasa, for the higher spiritual good, how he must, what path he must follow. And here we find this beautiful exposition on Karma Yoga. So he said that sannyasa, giving up action, may lead to nishreyasa. Of course, sannyasa, karma yoga, both nishreyasa karau ubhau. They are both nishreyasa karah. But tayo tu. But he says but tu. Tayoho, of these two, karma sannyasat, comparative to giving up actions, karma yoga, this karma yoga through karma, vishishyate, is certainly superior. So see, in very clear words, not first time, Bhagwan has said that karma yoga vishishyate. From second chapter, third chapter, again here, karma yoga vishishyate. Now he had put the question, he had answered it in a very clear, unambiguous way. But does the confusion of Arjuna subsides here completely, goes away completely? No. It goes up to until 18th chapter. So, we must be very grateful to Arjuna, because due to him, we have this treasure in the form of Bhagavad Gita, in the form of words of Bhagwan. So, inscrutable are his ways. And he is alone. That's why the master of Mayadhish, he is Mayadhish, the Lord of Maya. He alone can perform such feat that means when we try to do some good, something bad happens to at any other end. That happens. But we see when Bhagwan, he does something, it is benefiting to many. Bahujana hitaya, bahujana sukhaya. So this is the second verse. Bhagwan here clearly says that karma yoga vishishyate. It is vishesha. So Now, the third verse. And he says, now in this verse, very clearly he puts his mind, or rather, in his way to his heart. What is what is dearer, and what is the disposition of Krishna is very clear from this verse. Arjuna should know, make no mistake. So what does Bhagavan says? Jneyasa nitya sannyasi yo na dveshti na kankshati nirdvandvo hi mahabaho sukham bandhat pramuchyate. So he said that nitya sannyasi, that person is perfectly established in this sannyasa, nitya sannyasi. Every moment he is sannyasi. Who? The qualification is said later. So no such person is sannyasi. Meaning that, regardless of the formal embracing of these vows, taking to particular denomination, sect, and external changes like cloth, like shaving his head, etc., etc. Regardless of that, Nyasa Nitya Sannyasi, and only one qualification is given. Yona Dveshti Nakangshati. This is the qualification. That who does not hate, na Dveshti. He does not have any ill feeling towards anything.